Welcome back, my friends. It is the 30th of January 2017. This is a quick update regarding my back injury and what the professionals have to say about my injury and what it means for my training. So let's get straight into it. This morning I went into a GP and I told him what happened 4 days ago. And he said, look, it looks like you have nothing to worry about. And there's no point getting an MRI scan because it's going to reveal things conducive of my age. So in other words, I'm 31, just for the record, and he said, not saying that you're old, but if you get an MRI scan done, then it's probably going to reveal that you've got something with your back anyway, due to age and not necessarily due to injury. And so it's not going to reveal anything new, as in it's not going to reveal anything that may be surprising due to the injury. And so therefore it's not worth getting an MRI done unless it looks like I need to have surgery done. And so what that means, I told him the situation where my pain is and so forth. And right now as I record this, the pain is more dull, it's more of a dull ache, and I've lost a bit of range of motion. So I can't twist properly in certain angles, and I can't sit down properly in certain positions. It aggravates it. And then I went to a physio about 2 hours ago, and they pretty much said what the GP said. So finally, practitioners actually agreeing on each other. And the physio, he got me doing some exercises, and he tried to isolate the pain. And he said that it could be more or less that, it could be anything without getting a test done. But because it's getting better, it seems, it's not worsening, then there's nothing to worry about, just let it rest. But because I have a competition coming up in 5 weeks from now, what does it mean in terms of my training? And so what he said was that I need to avoid all seated based exercises and really substitute those exercises for standing up. And so that was music to my ears. And then no heavy weights, all high volume endurance type training, and then just assess it from there. In terms of posing, because I do feel pain when I pose in certain positions, that's going to be a real problem on the day because I need to be able to hold those positions in front of the judges. And he said that not to pose, not to do any practice for 1 to 2 weeks, particularly those poses which will cause more of the agitation. And so even though I'm 5 weeks out, there'll be 1 or 2 weeks where I won't be posing completely. I won't be doing a proper posing session, but I'll be posing where I can and avoiding the positions where it's going to aggravate the pain. So in saying that, I'll be going into the gym tonight to do some posing practice. As I did last night, I did some posing practice, but I had to cut it short because I had a lot of pain in that area. So I couldn't complete that session. So I'm doing my best here. And I'm certainly more upbeat than what I was 1 or 2 or 3 days ago when I did that other video. And I was upset, I was emotionally upset, because you can imagine, having a back injury 5 weeks out from a competition, you've worked so hard for it, and then you just blow it by having an injury, and it plays on you psychologically. But I feel a lot better now with that prognosis, and that I can continue my training. I've been doing my training anyway. So the injury happened last Thursday. I went into the gym on Friday and I did biceps and triceps. I had Saturday and Sunday off, which is my normal off days. And I went into the gym this morning and I trained. And I did chest and back, as in upper back, and I did it lightweight. And I did that session before I went in to see the GP and the physio. So when I did that session this morning, I did low weights, high volume anyway, because I thought that would be the sensible thing to do, not heavy weights. And I'd focus on my upper back, not my lower back. And so anyway, it's good news. I'm going to continue my training and getting ready for the stage with full force, because nothing is going to stop this guy here. And nothing stopped me anyway. But I had to go and see these people. I had to get some time off work, and I really just get myself back to center again. And I think, ultimately, and I'll just close this off with one more final thought, and that is that, the way I kept myself grounded when I was injured, like I'm injured now, but in the midst of that injury where I felt like I couldn't compete, like I'm completely tapped out here because, you know, I have a severe lower back pain. I didn't know what was going on. That I had to think to myself, gosh, what do I have? I've got my health, I'm still able to walk, I'm still able to eat and function like a normal human being. It may mean that I probably won't be able to compete, but I need to think about what I have already in life and not what I don't have. And you know, when I started to think that way, I did feel a little bit better, but I feel a lot better now with the prognosis. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't watched any of the previous videos, please go back. There's about 27 of them, I think. There's a lot of videos covering my entire journey for the IMBA competition, everything. So for me, starting out, going overseas, dealing with, you know, flooding in Thailand and trying to get off the island and people dying over there and sandbagging businesses and still trying to keep my training going. How I manage my nutrition over there. And then with Christmas and New Year's and night shift and what else was there? All these things that have happened whilst I've filmed this series. And I just never expected that half this stuff would happen. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to capture this, because if you're watching this and you're wanting to get into some kind of competing yourself, that realize that after what I've gone through so far in my journey, it's crazy. After what I've gone through so far on my journey, that it's never going to be a perfect ride. And it's funny because when people say, well, I'm going to wait for the perfect moment before I start a training program. Forget about it. Like, when is the perfect time? Like, you don't know when the perfect time is because you can't predict everything that's going to happen. I didn't know I was going to be stuck in Thailand and floods up to my hip and, you know, trying to get through that process and then having a back injury. Like, you know, can't predict these things. So thanks very much for your support. If you've watched the series throughout up until this point, stick it out. There's only a few more videos to go. The competition's in 5 weeks from now. If you have any comments or anything you want to say, please add them below, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions you may have. Subscribe if you haven't already, like this video, share it with your friends or anybody else who you think will be competing. My friends, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.